Hey everybody. Uh, this is going to be a Let's Play of Front Mission 4. I'm very excited to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time now. And I had some time to kill tonight, so I thought, you know what? Let's start it. That was one of the intro videos. There's a second one that I'm going to let play, and I'll try to be equally quiet through that. This is a turn-based strategy RPG game made by Square Enix. Oh, here we go. All right, that was the second one, so we'll go ahead and get started. There's going to be another cutscene, and then I'll talk more. Since the end of the Second Huffman conflict, Wanzers, giant humanoid armored vehicles, have quickly become the mainstay of all armies. But even now, Wanzer warfare is still in its early stages of development. In 2096, the nations of the European Community cooperatively founded a semi-military research organization for the sole purpose of developing and assessing Wanzer tactics for the EC's armies. This organization, based in the UK, is called the EC Armor Tactics Research Corps, aka Durandal. A lot of action set pieces, and then it's going to get into.
What's your status?
Then it's going to get into some like turn-based strategy, the opposite of actiony cutscenes. I'm gonna talk for a bit before I continue this. Front Mission is one of my favorite game series currently. I got into the series with Front Mission 4 way back in the day on the PlayStation, PlayStation 2. Sorry, I still own it. I'm emulating it for the purposes of recording. It's software emulation because on hardware emulation it is a very weird thing with the shadows, and I don't know how to resolve it. So I'm just gonna let it run at its native like resolution that it wants to be, even though that's probably fuzzier than people would like. Front Mission 4 is my favorite out of the series, probably because it's the one I started with. A lot of people tend to like Front Mission 3, but to me, Front Mission 3 is like very much more like other mecha anime, where you have like a teenage protagonist who's kind of angsty and angry at the world, and he's out to prove that like he's right. Whereas the rest of the series tends to involve adults dealing with adult things like politics and other governments and things like that, and it feels much more mature than 3. I think the 5th one's okay. It's kind of like trying to be like Top Gun with mechs, which, you know, that honestly sounds amazing. But I also really like the first one, which was for the Super Nintendo back in the day, and they've remade it a couple times. And in fact, as of this recording, they're going to release a remake of it again for the Nintendo Switch, along with a remake of the second one, which has never been released stateside. So that's very exciting, and it's what got me thinking about Front Mission again in general. So that's why we're playing. And I'll probably talk about some of that stuff more as we go, but we're gonna get started. I may do some reading, like I kind of did at the intro with the Durandal thing, although I did that terribly. Any bits that they don't have voice acting over, I'll try and read. I may try to do a terrible version of their accent. I may not. I'm going to be very inconsistent. Some of the countries, I don't know their accent, and I apologize. I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
Euro 6, all checks are green. Initiating pre-start pilot confirmation. Confirmation complete.
Euro 6, you must be wondering why you're here.
No, sir. I was informed that new Durandal recruits are always thrown into a Wanzer before assuming their post.
Yes, that's how we do things. But rest assured that this is not a test. Just remember what you learned by piloting Wanzers in the French army, and you should do fine.
Yes, sir, Commander.
Please do away with the formalities. We're a research institute, not an army.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna initiate jump procedures, if you two don't mind. Cargo bay, all green. Jump in 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arrow 6, jump.
Euro 6, jumping.
All right, this is Elsa. Elsa is one of the two main characters of this game. There's 2 stories in this campaign that kind of run parallel to each other. And Elsa is the main protagonist of Plot A.
Arrow 6, jump complete.
Arrow 6, status report.
Father 1, Arrow 6 all green.
So, how's the new mount?
Its response is so quick it's hard to balance. The control layout is a bit different from the...
Were you expecting any
Oh,
less?
sorry.
That's a Durandal special you're in, lady.
I'll try not to
If
do
you
that.
don't think you can handle it, we can cancel the exercise.
No, I'll be fine. Please begin.
Good to hear, Arrow 6. Now, follow my instructions closely.
This is my first Let's Play, so I'm like very rough at it, and I don't have like the good patterns developed yet. So I'm gonna try and not cut them off when there's voice acting, unlike what I had just done earlier. Are you ready, Arrow 6? First, move your Vonzo to the indicated spot. This is gonna be like a little tutorial bit for how to do the combat. And then in between combat missions, it's kind of divided up in like a visual novel style where like you're in a room and you can talk to people and do things in that room, and then you move to another room, etc. All right, yeah. So blue is movement range. I can move very far in this. They're not going to go. So I got to go again. This game runs off of AP, so you can see that ticking down above Elsa's Vonzer as I walked. How much AP I have left. Like attacks, I'll take AP. And different weapons use different amounts of AP. So it's very important to keep track of.
Do you need more time to practice?
No, I'm used to it now. Thanks.
Good. Let's proceed to the next step. Arrow 2 and 4 will be your opponents. Your weapon is armed with training shells, so take a few shots at them to adjust your sights.
And that's the range of your weapon, and different weapons have different ranges. Yeah, so Elsa's Vonzer is equipped with a machine gun and a shotgun, and they're very similar assault weapons, but they work a little bit differently, and I'll kind of show that here once it gives me controls. Okay. So you know what, let's move. All right. So the first thing that you would have noticed is that the range on the shotgun is 1 square lower than the machine gun. That's typical of a machine gun and shotgun of the same quality. The machine gun always has that 1 extra square range. And both of these weapons, as you can see in the center on the bottom, their damage is X times Y. And so that's saying that it's going to have 10 packets of damage that each do, in the shotgun's case, 10 damage, in the machine gun's case, 12 damage. So every bullet or buckshot or whatever will do 10 or 12 damage on impact. And the machine gun comes out in a nice stream, and so it might at range hit like 1 or 2 locations, whereas the shotgun, it all comes out at once, and is very likely to hit all locations. Less so if you're up close, but if you're at a farther range, you're definitely going to hit all the body parts. And as you can see next to the weapon, our Vonzers are broken up with health bars for the body, each arm, and the pair of legs. So, you know, location damage can be very important. And each part does different things. Like the legs help you move, but it also contributes to your evasion. The arms hold all the weapons, and the body is your actual, like, when that hits 0, you die. So it's the most important part. We're gonna hit her with the machine gun first. I had enough AP so it attacks up to 2 times if you have enough AP for that.
Father 1, requesting permission to initiate combat with Arrow 6.
If you only have enough AP for 1 attack, it'll only do the 1.
You are not authorized to engage your opponent, Arrow 2.
It'll never do more than
Don't you
2,
think
though.
it's about time you stopped pampering the new recruit, Father 1? I'm going to fight her whether you like it or not. Hey, Arrow 2, take it easy, eh?
Very, very great accents.
This should be interesting.
Arrow 2, stand down.
It's alright. I don't mind.
But,
Oh, well, I guess I'll join in the fun too.
Alright, so now they're going to attack back, whereas they weren't going to before. And you'll get to see how the shotgun works, because that's what Latona is probably going to be using. And same with Beck. Alright, so we're just going to plug away. If one of your Vonzo's parts becomes badly damaged, repair it by using the item stored in your backpack. So that's another thing that the body has mounted to it, is you can have a variety of different kinds of backpacks, and a lot of them store items that are consumables, like repair items or reloads of ammunition, things like that. But you can also get ones that, like, boost the power of your mech so that you can take heavier parts, or can act as a mechanic and, like, heal other allies. And they have a bunch of different ones in this game as you go along, that kind of adds to the variety of the gameplay out of what you can field. So now that Latona is mostly dead, I'll probably be able to kill her with the machine gun. If it was a little bit higher, or she had a little more parts, I wouldn't want to risk it, and then I would do the shotgun because it would guarantee I'd hit all parts. But since she's so low, this is going to do it anyway. Yay, now I can focus on Beck. Oh, because I only attacked once, I have enough AP to do a counterattack. So I get to decide what I want to use. Another difference between the two weapons, as you might see with the AP 6-3, 6-4 in the center of the screen, is that the shotgun takes less AP to fire than the machine gun, which is nice. So you can get more attacks out of it as well. We'll use it. And honestly, we'll just keep using it, because his arms are almost dead, and this will probably take him out. And now he can't attack back. So he runs. But did he run far enough away? No. We'll pursue anyway. Otherwise, we'll have to run after him next turn, because I don't think I can take him out this round. Or maybe I will. Yay! And we leveled up. That's going to be useful, because they're going to teach us what to do with our leveling up shortly after this. At the end of every mission, if you are lost units, or even if you lost a component, like you lost an arm, you have to pay maintenance on that. So having all of your units still with all their bits is very important to earn a positive fund at the end of the mission. Also at the end of the mission, you earn EP, which I'm sure they'll tell me what it stands for. I want to say it stands for experience points, but they may say it stands for something else. We'll find out.
This is Hour 6. Are we done?
Yes, Auto 6. She got it so good, didn't she, Arrow 2?
Wastes a lot of jet fuel keeping that plane just sitting there for the battle. Good work. Let me introduce you. This is Elsa, the newest member of our research team, the Durandal. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Elsa. I'm Hermes. I'm in charge of data analysis and electronic systems engineering for the Durandal. It shall be a pleasure working with you. Oh, but what about... You mean Arrow 2 and 4? They disobeyed orders and broke the rules. Although the Durandal is not an army, we expect our members to follow the mission leader's commands, for the good of the group, of course. Are they being punished? Hey, Zeed, maybe you could go a little easy on them this time. What are you making them do? If they are being punished, I should be as well. I did take part in the fight. Oh, well, if you enjoy cleaning toilets so much, I have an extra toothbrush you can use. Toilets? Oh. Don't worry. I'm sure they won't hold a grudge against you. They only wanted to see how well you could fight, and show them you did. Now, are there any other questions? Alright, so we're just going to do a save. I'm going to save over this game here, because to heck with it. Goodbye! And then we're going to talk. So this is kind of the visual novel portion of the game. Since we're in the beginning, there's going to be a lot of tutorials, and we're just going to... They don't let you skip them on these old Square Enix games, so even though I kind of know what they're doing, we're going to have to go through them, which I guess is good for anyone who doesn't know anything about this game, but is interested in how it works. The Durandal consists of more than ex-military personnel. We have scientists as well, with experts in robotics, human engineering, and even psychology. Just for exploring better ways of using Wanzers in battle? Yes, that's right. We pilots are here to test and assess the technology created by the scientists. In other words, we are Wanzer critics. Speaking of which, I should tell you about setting up your Wanzer's computer. Every Durandal pilot is expected to know how to customize their Wanzer for maximum efficiency. This is where the EP comes into play. Enhancement points. There we go. I love how much EP they give the tutorial Elsa. So this is important, especially on characters that use higher AP consuming weapons, like rifles and bazookas. Having a high AP, but also a high AP charge to like keep them refilled is very important. They mention link points, but we're not going to have to deal with that yet. That's going to be a thing later on, so don't worry about it. That's kind of like initiative in an RPG. Not so much in the like, oh, you can move this guy before, but in the when you go and attack someone, and it does a little cinematic and it does the attack and then the counter attack. If the counter attacker has a higher speed, they can actually act first. And if they blow off your limb that you were attacking with, you cancel the attack, which is really nice. Well, not nice when it happens to you. And evasion is also very important. Before every attack, they do an evasion check, and your Vonzer will sidestep the attack, and you take 0 damage. Like you evade the entire attack. Whereas if you don't evade, you could still miss with some of the little bullets or whatever from a machine gun. And dealing with high evade units will become very important. And they'll give you tools to deal with that. This is something that'll come into play once we get EMP backpacks. EMP backpacks cause these status damages. Where like if you hit them with attack system down, the unit can't attack anymore. Or if you hit them with move system down, they can't move or evade anymore. You could kill their ability to do link attacks, or you could kill their ability to use their backpack, or completely shut them down if you hit the system down. The only thing I don't like in this game is that you can only do a melee attack if you have a melee weapon attached. Whereas in other games, if you didn't have anything equipped, you could still punch with the bare hand. That's kind of sad that like this game, they took that away for some reason. So not only do you have to spend EP to purchase the skill, but if it's a battle skill, you then have to equip it, and you can only have as many equipped as you have skill slots, and different battle skills take different amounts of skill slots. We'll see that in a bit. And you also spend the EP to unlock the next set of purchasable skills. And you can kind of see here where it shows the slots on some of these abilities. It's like Terror Shot takes 2 skill slots to equip. Yay! You can also select Tutorial from the simulator for additional information. We expect more tutorials to be added in the future, so take a look at the tutorial list from time to time. I probably won't do that. I'm just going to let you know that now. And we're going to save over that because I don't want to do that again. I am going to talk to him again because sometimes talking to them multiple times has different dialogue and sometimes can unlock secret items. I don't know that it really does yet, but you're going to see me double talking to people a bunch. Alright, it's the same info. Let's talk to Hermes. Members of the Durandal aren't all from the EC, you know. Take me, for example. I'm from the UCS. So in Front Mission, a bunch of nations have all formed supranations. The EC is like the EU of today if Great Britain hadn't left. The UCS is North and South America as one supernation. There's also the OCU, which is Australia, Japan, and some Southeast Asia portions. There's the Republic of Zaftra, which is Russia and some ex-Soviet states getting back together. That's just some of them. There's a couple more, but I can't remember their names off the top of my head. Were you in the UCS Army? No, I'm not the military type, but I do like Vonzers. He's a man after my own heart. I love giant robots. I'd be like, oh, a job to go do fun things with giant robots? Let's go do that. That's why I came here. You can fiddle with Vonzers all you want, even if you're only a civilian. Perfect. One of the other things that's going to be in the simulator is you can do battle simulations to help train your guys. It's not available yet. And I don't know if I'm going to include them in any recordings. I may do them and then cut them out because I don't know that they're going to be very interesting. We'll see. Let's do the pilot setup stuff. For reals this time. I only have Elsa. I have 30 EP. And I have some stuff I got to buy. So right now, I think the two important things is going to be boosting evasion and upping her machine gun level to 1. Because that'll, do that. That leaves me with 10. And so then I can get some other stuff. I don't think I need the max AP just yet. I think I'd rather get a battle skill to use. And I can only afford 1. So we do Terror Shot, which lowers the target's evasion to 1/2 for the duration of the battle. I can do Panic Shot, which lowers the target's accuracy to 1/2 for the duration of the battle. So that's if you don't want them to hit you so hard on the counter attack. And Rapid Fire multiplies the number of rounds shot by 120%. I like that one, so that's the one we're going to get out of the 3. But we need to equip it, like the tutorial said. I took 2 of my 8 skill slots, and that's really all I can do for right now. So that's good. And now I'm going to obsessively save, just so I don't have to do that again. Let's end the debriefing. Dismissed. All right, time for Elsa's welcoming party. What? Are we going now? Yes, why not? Yeah, remember, we're not an army, so take it easy. Ah, all right.